Hey there, my gorgeous friends on the internet. Today I wanted to make an episode talking about OAuth because it's, for some reason, it's still such a huge deal in 2024. You'd think we'd have it all figured out, but that's JavaScript for you. So I'll kind of tell you what I'm going to be using moving forward for all my production applications. If you don't know, I started Developed by Ed back in like 2017. And as you can see, the website looked like complete trash now. And the reason why I used Teachable at the time, I really didn't expect my YouTube channel to, for people to find it interesting, but it did, and people were interested in some courses. So this was a super easy way to kind of let Teachable handle all the taxes for you, and an easy way to host the videos as well. Nowadays in 2024, this looks like trash, so I am rebuilding it into, well, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the rebuild. I'm still in the process of it, but I had to find like a good OAuth library to move forward with. And initially, even back in my course days when I did my first full stack course, I used next-auth. And the reason why I used next-auth is because it was the most recommended one and the most popular one. But I stopped using it, even though like V4 is pretty clear now. It's not super duper complicated to set up, but I'm honestly kind of tired. Like in the last year of using next-auth, I feel like I ran into so many weird edge cases and bugs, and I swear it was like every month that an update came out, I had to refactor my course videos because they would have some sort of breaking changes. So as much as V4 is pretty good now, I'm just tired. Okay, so next-auth for me is out the window. So what I ended up with the new platform is I started using Lucia. And Lucia is fantastic, right? You just have these super simple functions that they provide for you, like creating a session or invalidating a session. So it's actually really simple. But recently, as you've heard, the Pilcrow, the guy behind Lucia, is going to deprecate the library, which is kind of a shame. That doesn't mean that you cannot still use it. However, if you're expecting more features or whatever, well. Now, recently, WebDev Cody made a really good video about migrating off Lucia. If you want to check that out, it's called Lucia Off is Getting Deprecated. And he basically takes you through the steps of, taking everything that Lucia provides you, like invalidating your sessions and stuff like that, and making your own custom functionality, which is great. Now, I'm not going to move forward with Lucia for my future production projects, just for the simple fact is, let's say in the future I want to extend the functionality, I don't know, maybe add magic links or whatever to it. I'm going to need to write all of that custom. And I still have small little nitpicks with it, like if I want to redirect the user on a certain page or something like that, I pretty much have to write all of that custom as well. So as you can see here, I am basically getting the redirect path. I'm saving that into cookies. So when I'm on a specific page, I can just redirect them there if they're not logged in. Now, there are also other managed solutions out there like Clerk, or Supabase or something like that. And, I honestly don't have anything like beef with them. You're basically paying the money to not worry about any of that, right? So if you don't want to worry about that, then it makes a lot of sense. And the UI and the UX and actually implementing all the functionality is really easy. Would I personally use it for any of my projects? No. So what am I going to be moving forward with? And I'll show you how to also set this up in just a second. So moving forward, I found this new library. I know, another library. It's called better-auth. And this has been the best auth experience ever. Framework agnostic, full type safety, and the documentation is mwah! I wish everyone would have it like this. So let me guide you through this, and I'll show you how you can set this up. But let me just quickly guide you through the docs because they provide you so much stuff that's so easy and clean. So for example, let's say we want to add rate limiting to our sign-in process. So as you can see, it's as simple as adding a little rate limit there. For handling sessions as well, as you can see, it's very clear on how you can set up an expiry date on the session and an update age as well. I can list out the sessions super easily, revoke only one session if I want, or revoke all the sessions if I want, just in one simple step. Not only that, they also, like if you're using Drizzle or something, you're comfortable with that, they automatically generate all the schemas for you with the CLI, which is fantastic. So you'll see that in just a second. But also, if you want to add OAuth, it's as simple as adding a social provider and just adding the client secret there, and you are done. As for OAuth, they provide two-factor with username and password, magic links, passkeys, and of course GitHub and all the socials. So it's really fully featured, and I was actually really surprised by this. So I'm just so excited to see the future of this library. So let me take you to the step. We'll just do GitHub for now. If you want me to make a full video about this, I'll gladly make one. But let me just guide you through this and see what you think. Okay, you ready? Let's speed run this. So all I have is just a Next.js application here. I don't really have anything set up. I just have a simple homepage here. And all I really have is Drizzle installed. Okay, so if we have a look here in the server folder, we have let me just comment this out because we need to set up the schemas in a sec. But we just have an SQL here. I'm connecting to Neon database here. And I'm just passing in the schema. Now the schema is empty here because I want to show you how we can generate that, but that's all I have. I just have a database connected to this. All right. Okay, so let's install the package. So we're going to run npm I better-auth. Now that we have better-auth installed, what we can do is create an API folder, right? So we can do a route handler. And then here we're going to go to auth, and then we're going to create another folder saying ... all, and then in here we're going to have a route, and all we're doing here is we're going to import this Next.js provider here from better-auth. All right, and then we're just exporting the post and the get method here. Okay, so that's all you need to do in your route handler, and then we need to set up a client as well. So let's go here. I have a lib folder here and also an auth folder here, a file, sorry, not folder. Okay, so here is the basic setup here. So in the auth.ts, what I'm going to do is initialize the better-auth. Here you can pass in that database. All right, so this DB here is coming from server. So this is where we're just exporting our Drizzle. All right, so I'm passing that in. I'm saying the provider is PG for Postgres. And then here we can define our social providers. So I just put a GitHub in here. So you can pass in your client secret and client ID, all right, as you usually do. And for the redirect URI here, I'm just passing in the base URL that I have with /API/auth callback GitHub. Okay, so make sure it matches that API auth. And then here, of course, it's going to catch all of them, so you don't need to worry about that. But that's pretty much it. And then here, if you want to customize more, if you want to add different providers, it's just as simple as clicking on it and passing down the appropriate keys. Okay, it's all going to be in the docs anyway. Now for the auth client here, since we're working with React, I'm going to import this from better-auth/React. There we go. And all I really need to do here is initialize this create auth client here. And this better-auth URL here is just going to be the base URL. So in my case here on my local machine, it's going to be localhost 3000, right? So I'm just passing that in as my base URL. And then here, this is going to provide you a bunch of stuff. So you can basically destructure this, like sign in, sign out, sign up, the actual session or the user, you have access to all of them in here. So just export these and then you can import it anywhere in your application. Now our schema is still empty, so this is not going to work to save an actual user to the database. So let me show you how you can use the CLI to do all of this for you. So now check this out. I don't have anything in my schema here, but I can simply open up my terminal and run this command npx better-auth generate. And if I hit enter here and hit yes, as you can see, it automatically generates the auth schema for you. And you can put this anywhere, but let's have a look. As you can see, we have account, verification token, sessions, and everything. I'll just move this over from this file. I'll just pop in my schema here, just like that. But look, how cool is that? And then here in my index right now, I can take this schema and pass it down here like that. And that's it, you're done with that. They also have a command that automatically lets you migrate the changes to your database as well with npx better-auth migrate, but currently it only supports SQLite, so keep an eye on that for Postgres support and everything else. Okay, but everything else is set up now, so let's see how we can log in user. So since we have this create auth client, what we can do is just create a simple sign up button here like that. And here what we need to do is, let's do a use client at the top. There we go, and I'll do an import. And I'll just import that sign in functionality here. So sign in from auth client like that. Okay, now check this out. Export default function. Let's initialize this. Sign in. There we go. Let's return. And here, what I want to do, let's just do a simple button for now. I don't have Shats yet installed or anything, so let's just return a simple button that says sign in with GitHub, like that. I'll just go here. By the way, I'm still like transitioning over to NeoVim, but I think I'm gonna just use VS Code for the tutorials. Let me know. Do you think we should move to NeoVim for tutorials or no? Anyway. So let's just add an on-click here, and I'm just gonna run an async function. There we go. Let's check this out. All I need to do is say await, sign in. I'm gonna add a dot here, and I'm gonna say social. There we go. As you can see, it's all type safe. We're gonna say provider. So my provider is gonna be GitHub. So let's put GitHub there. And the last one is gonna be my callback URL. So how nice. So in Lucio, I had to like customize this where my callback URL is gonna be inside the route. Here, you can just simply do it right here. And that's pretty much it. That's all the code we need to sign in with GitHub. So let's give this a go. I'll head back over to my application. So let's go to the page. Let's just put it in here. I'll import this sign up. Should have called it sign in. There we go. Let's just pass that down and let's run npm run dev. Okay, there we go. Let's give this a shot. So as you can see, I don't have any users in my Neon database here. As you can see, it's all empty. No users or anything. So let's go here. Let's hit sign in with GitHub. As you can see, it makes a request over to that route handler. It does the callback and we are done. Now it doesn't look like we've done anything here because we're not updating the UI, but let's have a look here in the database and see if that saved the user. And as you can see, with just a refresh, boom, we are done. There we go. Now, how do you control the user from here? Well, from the client TS here, as you can see, we're also exporting this use session. So you can simply use this anywhere in your application. So you can do something like this. You can import the data from use session. And what I really love is that they simply give you the is pending as well, the error object, so you don't need to worry about any of that, and the actual session. So if I console log out the session here, let's check in the browser. Since this is running in the client, we're gonna see it here, but let's have a quick look. There we go, user messages, and as you can see, we have the object there with the user and all the information that we need. So as you can see here, I can just pass down something like is refetching here, and I can put in like logging or sign in with GitHub here. So when I actually go here and click on it now, as you can see, we get that logging message for us. Now this is still in beta, but I thought I'd show them some love because I think they did a fantastic job on this. So let me know what you use for auth. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know if you want to see a more in-depth video on this. I'll happily make one. So until next time, take care guys. Drop a sub, drop a like, you know, all that stuff. And yeah, I'm really excited to rebuild this course platform. I have a lot of fun things coming on the way. All right, bye.